the Chapter 4 requirements. So again, really designed for the future and very good for the environment. And as Canadians, and I know as Europeans, this is really critical and dear to our hearts. So that was the quick update on the C-Series. Personally, very excited to join the Airbus family. It gives C-Series a solid foundation, and I'm so excited about the partnership, and I know we're going to have a hugely successful program together.
We'll have fun.
Yes. So I'm going to pass over to Antonio to give an update on the Airbus family. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Christine. Like you, I'm also really excited that the C-Series is joining the Airbus family. And you can see in this picture, the two are already working together. And in fact, this family has a flying start because together the C-Series and the A320 have already close to 15,000 orders. And a backlog which is well over 6,000, which means we have a very, very bright future ahead, and a bright future that puts us together. Now, I call it the single aisle family, and we at Airbus call it the single aisle family for one very good reason. It's that they share a very similar DNA. Going through some of the key points already mentioned by Rob and Christine, but we really have to highlight the fuel efficiency. The C-Series brings a 20% fuel burn saving. The 320neo, mind you, also brings a 20% fuel burn saving. Together, both of these aircraft are revolutionizing air travel, bringing in further economies, and of course, like you just mentioned, Rob, better environmental footprint with 20% lower CO2. The C-Series and the A320 also share another common trait, which is the use of advanced technology. Both on the engines with high bypass ratio, low emission engines, both with the Pratt GTF and on the A320, the CFM LEAP, and also on the airframe with cutting edge technologies, the use of composites, fly-by-wire, and like you mentioned earlier, also health monitoring systems, which allow the aircraft to be both efficient and also very, very reliable. And of course, as you all know, we at Airbus have one major tradition, amongst many, but one major tradition, which is that of continuous improvement. We've seen that on all our families. And the C-Series will be no exception to that. We see it as an exceptional platform, and therefore continuous improvement will be part of the DNA of this new single-aisle family. Last not least, comfort. Christine mentioned it already, but I do want to insist. Both of these aircraft, maybe with that in mind or not, but they do share the same comfort traits. The same 18-inch plus comfort of the seat, the same quietness in the cabin, the same comfort overall as a traveling person. So I really welcome you later on, as Christine said, to visit that cabin. You won't be able to test the comfort in flight, but already the comfort on the ground will be pretty much exceptional. Now that we know that these two aircraft share the same DNA, I guess the question is, how do they work together? And with the wrong slide. And the A320 was offering the best market coverage for the top end of the single aisle market, what we call the large single aisles. Traditionally, there have been regional jets out there, but as you can see in this chart, there was a hole in the market that Bombardier spotted. And that's exactly where the C-Series comes in. It's complementing the lower end of the single aisle and producing a small single aisle which goes above the regional jets. When we look at this overall together as the Airbus single aisle family, we see that this family is well spaced. Just like the 320 was before, the C-Series as well has a 20 to 25% spacing between the family members, which is the sweet point that customers have been consistently telling us that's what we like to see between different modules in the same family. Not only are they differentiated in capacity, but also in range, which means that each and every aircraft is ideally suited for a market segment. And this is what I'd like to delve into just now. If we look at that market coverage of the future single-aisle family of the 320 and the C-Series, We have 5 members that you saw on the previous chart, the smallest one being the CS-100. This is our lowest risk aircraft, an ideal entry-level aircraft which offers you low costs to operate and therefore perfect to open small new routes. It also is a great growth path for regional carriers that want to go beyond 100 seats. They have just been below and they want to expand as traffic grows. As we all heard last week, it doubles every 15 years. So here we have the perfect aircraft for airlines wanting to upgrade from regional operations. Last not least, and thanks Rob, this aircraft has exceptional performance. And that's why Swiss is using it out of London City, probably one of the most demanding airports around the world. For urban operations, it's quiet, it's ideally suited for these downtown type of airports. Going a bit up the scale, we do have a CS300 with a network builder. It is there to offer great network feeding capabilities to airlines that are now feeding into major hubs. It is an aircraft that offers low risk in terms of growth from a CS100, or also for startups who want to start with a very efficient aircraft. And again, thanks to this 20% fuel burn saving relative to anything else in its size category of the competition. We also have the 319, which is our high performance aircraft, or Ferrari, let's call it that way, of the 320 family. It is designed for hot and high operations where it excels, be it in the Latin American type of operations, or the Tibetan Plateau in China, or other high altitude areas, and also operating from airports where there are some severe challenges of performance. And together with the remaining 320 family members, if you have a big 320 fleet and you need a complement of smaller aircraft, this is probably the aircraft for you. Up the territory into the 320neo, well, you all know that. That's the workhorse of the 320 family, the most common 320 aircraft that you'll find out there, and is, as you all know, a true reference, a benchmark, both for network carriers and for low-cost carriers. And if you're really looking for the top end, 321, which allows you to go up to 244 seats, and it also, now with the 321LR that will be coming online soon, will be able to fly up to 4,000 nautical miles, true transatlantic capability. So with all of this, we end up with a full family that is covering from 100 to 240 seats, 4,000 nautical miles of range, and also operating efficiently in short ranges. That's why together, we do believe that we're offering the superior solution for our airline customers and also for the traveling public. We offer airlines a wider market coverage in terms of capacity and range, especially with the 4,000 nautical mile capability, and we do so with less aircraft types than what our competition is able to do in that same market segment. And I've never heard a fleet planner in an airline saying that they like to see more aircraft than less. The ideal aircraft is one that would do all kinds of missions, all kinds of capacities. That's physically impossible. So minimizing the number of fleet types, aircraft types in the fleet, I beg your pardon, is actually the ideal solution that airlines are requesting from us. And that's what the combined single F family will be offering to the airlines and the traveling public. It's also the most efficient. I insist again, but this is hugely important, 20% less fuel burn. It's not 2%, it's not 5%, it's 20%, 1/5. And you may ask, and Rob will be able to give you a lot more details on it, what drives it? There are 3 major parameters, as we said before. The efficient engines, new generation engines, the efficient systems, fly-by-wire, amongst others, and of course the latest generation aerodynamics, be it with the C-Series wing and also the A320 wing with winglets. If we take the C-Series, take that fuel burn and compare it to its nearest competitor, the Embraer E2, thanks to that great fuel burn, thanks to the advanced use of composites, the lower weight, and thanks to the advanced design of the maintenance systems and the maintenance health system, we can actually get also a double-digit not only in fuel burn, but also in operating costs. And this is a big leap forwards for carriers who were hesitating to go into that market because they were wondering, shall it be profitable? With a 10% cost reduction, yes, you can suddenly open routes that previously were not profitable. The C-Series allows it. So all in all, we're obviously very proud, very excited, very happy to welcome the C-Series. It completes our single aisle offer with a small single aisle, which was something we no longer had in the Neos lineup. It brings an aircraft which is fully lined up with the single aisle DNA of Airbus, and of course it brings unbeatable efficiency and unbeatable comfort for airlines and travelers alike. So all I can say is welcome to the C-Series, and as you can see from the picture, it's already part of the family. Thank you.